Good evening, everyone. My name is Luis Eduardo Martinez, and I am a student from the University of El Salvador. Today, we are going to be studying the topic of language. Okay, so we have the topic language and the brain. So here, we're going to see some of the content that we're going to be looking at throughout this presentation. And the first topic will be neurolinguistics. Neurolinguistics is related with the study of the language. Then we're going to see the brain. We're also going to see that lateralization and motor cortex and how that is essential and vital to language. We are also going to be looking at parts of the brain, language areas in the brain, and the last part that we're going to see is going to be aphasia. That is, aphasia will be some type of damage that can occur either to the Broca's area, the Wernicke area, which can hinder either language production or language understanding. So, as we can see that some of the topics, let's get ready with the first one. So in our first slide, we have neurolinguistics. And you may say, what is neurolinguistics? Well, we say that neurolinguistics is the subfield of linguistics that studies the relationship between the language and the brain, either how we understand it, how we perceive it, or how we acquire the language. Everything related to language, whether it's encoding or decoding information or producing it, neurolinguistics studies all the different aspects. We also look into how each part of the brain related to language, how they function, and they come together to be able to process information, be able to decode and encode and decode that information, and at the same time be able to produce the language from the input to the output. So that's what neurolinguistics does. It studies every aspect and every feature of the far left hemisphere of the brain that is related to language, and specifically the parts related to language. How the Wernicke area and the Broca's area need to work together in unison to be able to decipher a message and be able to respond and use all these different aspects of language to be able to determine and use the language necessary to communicate. So from all those different functions in our brain, the linguistics is able to study those aspects and relate them with the relationship that it has language and the brain. So we have a concept here, and the concept says neurolinguistics is a field of linguistics that studies the relationship between language and the brain. Now here we see all the different parts of the brain, and how we can see how all these lights right here, all that these are different parts of the brain, and you can see the lights that are the way that the brain is functioning. You can see this light. So next you see this image. We have this girl right here and this boy. They're having a conversation. So what she is saying, is entering through the left ear to the part of the language area, is entering the message, and right here we're able to process the information through the ear. It goes to our brain, and we are able to decode and encode that information. So that's what linguistic studies, and we can see here. So linguistic studies the comprehension. We also study the production and the acquisition of a word of a language through the different aspects and functionalities that each part of the brain functions in a way to make things be more understandable. So we are going to go to the next slide. Now our next topic is the brain. You can see here, and you can say that the brain is composed of different components that play an essential role in language. Now here we have the brain, and the brain is composed of 4 lobes. We have the front lobe, we have the parietal lobe, we have the occipital lobe, and we have the temporal lobe. The front lobe is where the Broca's area is located, that we have right here. And we have the temporal lobe, that is where the Wernicke area is located. and both play an essential role in language production and understanding. They are the ones that are related to language production. And at the same time, we have other parts of the brain, which is the medulla, we have the pons, brainstem, cerebellum, cerebral cortex, we have the thalamus and the hypothalamus, the central sulcus, and the cerebral cortex. All of them play a role, but the ones that play a role with linguistics is the Wernicke area and the Broca's area. And so, without further ado, we'll continue with the mostly with language. So, the next topic here we have lateralization. As I mentioned before, our brain is composed of two sides. We have the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. And today we're going to focus mostly on the left hemisphere because there is where language is located. In the left hemisphere, we also have the analytic thought, analysis, math, logical, and writing. But at the same time, that's where language is located. So we're going to look at that hemisphere. And as I mentioned in the prior slide, the four lobes of the brain is the parietal lobe, front lobe, temporal lobe, and the occipital lobe. Each one has a specific function in the brain. And then we have the cortex. The cortex, in the brain we have different cortex. Each cortex has a specific function. We have the motor cortex, which is related with semantic, motor, and association area. We also have the sensory cortex, and we have the visual cortex and the auditory cortex. So each one plays a specific role in language production because each one has its function of what it's able to do with the brain. And the motor cortex directs the movement from the muscle to the articulation. So here we have the cortex, the motor cortex. Our next slide here, we're going to see the different parts of the brain, and we're going to focus with the language area. So first and foremost, we have here the functions of the area of the brain. As I mentioned before, we have the sensory area with a related to temperature, pressure, pain, sensation. We have the motor area around here, which is focused on control of voluntary muscles. We have in here, on this part, we have the front lobe, as I mentioned before. So in the front lobe, we have movement, problem solving, concentrating and thinking, behavior, personality, and mood. And in the Broca's area, we have the speech control. Speech control when we're referring to language production. Because remember, in the Broca's area is when we decode the information and then we respond. So here we have the Broca's area, right? Then we have the temporal lobe. In the temporal lobe, that is located right here, we have the hearing, language, and memory. So in that part, it's related to hearing, language, and memory. That's the different functions that this part of the brain is going to be playing. Then we have in here the brain stem, which it has consciousness, breathing, and heart rate. Now, if we go to this part right here, we can see the Wernicke area. That is also with language comprehension. So language comprehension is related to decoding that information. Because in the brain, what happens is we encode and decode information. So we understand and then we produce a response. So that's what the Wernicke area and the Broca's area do. And we have the occipital lobe that is related with vision and perception, the parietal lobe that is related to sensation, language perception, body awareness, and attention. And the cerebellum that is more related to just posture, balance, coordination of movement. So we can see here the most parts of the brain that is related to language is the parietal lobe. Then we have the Wernicke area, we have the temporal lobe, and the Broca's area that is in the front lobe. So all these parts right here are related to language. Now, we're going to continue, and we have the Broca's area. And in the Broca's area, as I just mentioned, is the speech control. And the speech control is related to language production, That's when we produce the language. It also is related to the interpret of received information. So we decode, encode, and decode information. We are able to interpret the information received, and then we are able to respond to that information. And then we have the Wernicke area. In the Wernicke area, we have language comprehension. That is the part where we are able to understand, to decode that information, to understand that information, and process that information. Also, in the Wernicke area, we are able to assess our lexicon to be able to have a response. And then we have the articulate facility. And in this part, it has a connection between the Broca's area and the Wernicke area. So this is the part that connects both the Wernicke area and the Broca's area. And we have the last one is the angular serous. And this is the capacity to be. And then we have the next presentation. In this part, we are going to begin what happens when we're hearing a word. So when we hear a word, what happens? Our auditory cortex process information by our ears. So somebody says a word. We hear it, right? We hear it, and then what we do is process that information through our ears, and then it goes to the Wernicke area. And in the Wernicke area, we do it, what it does is it decodes that information and tries to make a match with the lexical entry. Usually, when we try to process that information, for instance, if it's a word that we are not able to understand, then we're going to have a hard time thinking about it. When we have a vocabulary, a big vocabulary, and we hear a word, then our Wernicke area is able to decode the information real fast and match it to the vocabulary that we have already acquired. And then, when we're reading a word, so we have the auditory cortex and we have the visual cortex that are located in a different lobe. So when reading a word, the visual cortex processes that information by the eyes, because it's visual. When it's visual, we're going to be through the eyes. So we read something, it's processed through our vision. Then what our brain does is associate it with a written form of word with a lexical entry, something that we have learned through writing. And then what happens is that we decode that a word, and then we are able to do the pronunciation of the word. And maybe, let's say, if the word, we never heard of it before, like when learning a language. If we're not really similar, it's not a word that's similar, or it's a word that we haven't seen, our brain, it takes time for us to be able to pronounce it, right? Because, in English, that's the hardest part is pronunciation. So when we see a word, it's not like in Spanish that we are able to pronounce it just like it's written. But what happens in English is that you have some silent words that are not pronounced sometimes. But when you are doing pronunciation and you know a word, you are able to assimilate the pronunciation. But when we have no idea of how to pronounce a word, then it makes it difficult. And that's where that Wernicke area does when we're able to pronounce the words because we know it, right? But when we have a difficult time, then we and then the next presentation, and last one we have is aphasia. And why is aphasia? According to the configuration, a language disorder produced by damage to the brain, either the Broca's area or the Wernicke area. So what happens here? Maybe it could be that we had an accident or maybe some sort of damage happened to either area. So what is going to happen is, for example, let's say if it's Broca aphasia, we are going to be unable to communicate more than one word. For instance, you could have like, for example, just what I did, it could be like, or I mean, just one word, you could say, yes, so it's going to be like one word speech that we are going to be have trouble with fluency. So we are able to just say one word and then be like, okay, that would be Broca's aphasia. And the Wernicke aphasia will be more related to, as mentioned here, it's a fluent speech with no informational value. Comprehension is impaired. For example, a student says, I called my mother on television and did not understand the door. Okay, see, we have here what is called Wernicke aphasia because we have a sentence. He produced a sentence, but it's a sentence that does not make any sense because he says, I called my mother on television and did not understand the door. So what could he be saying? Maybe he's saying that he made a video call, or he could be saying that he did not understand something. But we are able to understand the speech because it's not clear. So it's in the Wernicke area, the difficulty is with the inability to understand speech also, and damage to the temporal lobe. So what happens here? We can see that when, let's say, a student produces a sentence, and a sentence is not clear, we can see that that is damage to the Wernicke area and mostly to the temporal lobe. So these are different problems that we could have. And the last one is the conduction aphasia, where there's no connection between the Wernicke area and the Broca's area. So can understand and produce speech, but he cannot repeat it. For instance, let's say maybe we can have trouble with the students. Maybe in this part will be when in the classroom, maybe somebody could give a student like the instructions that he has to follow. Maybe he can understand what he was said, but if the teacher asks him, what did I just say? Can you tell me the different instructions that I just detailed you guys? And the student is not going to be able to relate the information because he's going to have a hard time repeating. So these are the different elements that we find in language in the brain. They're all related to language, and as we can see, they are essential and vital to language production. And this is the end of my production. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.